What's up, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another video, man. If you're new to the channel, my name is JR, and I did 10 years in the Georgia Department of Correction, man. And I share prison stories, man. I let y'all folks know what's going on while I was behind the walls. Now, this story today, man, this just teach me a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you when that happened, bro. I already knew about all this type of stuff and not to keep bad friends and really bad company, bro, to be honest with you, bro. Because sometimes you might be in chain gang and you got some homeboys and stuff like that. They might be from the same spot that you from, and you go ahead and do something with them, bro. And when the backlash come, it only faces you alone, and it ain't really gonna be pretty, bro. So let me take y'all to the dorm, man. So I'm on the south side, bro. The dorm pretty much, y'all know this dorm, man, it pretty much be turned up, but it be calm. You know what I'm saying? Turned up, but it be calm. That mean on the drop of a dime, the dome could flip just like this, bro. Everybody pulling out swords, everybody pulling out tools, doing all this crazy stuff. At any given time, just expect that. You always got to be on point. And this day, bro, I remember they ran chow in the evening, but they kind of ran chow late. They ran chow late. And when we came back, they was actually doing shift change. When we came back. So, you know, the officers changed shift. They doing their little paperwork, doing all this type of stuff, their little briefing and all that. So when we came back and everybody pretty much got settled in the dorm, bro, I'm outside kicking it on the range, and I see some funny movement going on in the dorm, bro. When I say funny movement, I seen the Mexicans. They was moving funny, the Hispanics. They was moving out of the ordinary, bro. The movement that they was doing, they was setting up for something. Bro. Something was going on. There was some tension in the air, bro. And other guys started picking up on this, bro. The GDs, you start seeing the GDs, they start tooling up. They start getting together. They start going to each other's room. Like some of the guys who had came back and went in their room, they start, you know, they be going around waking everybody up. We pretty much be like protocol for them, bro. Everybody start getting on point. You see the Bloods, they start getting on point. So I'm like, man, what the heck going on in this dorm, man? I'm like, bro, I know I ain't missed nothing today, because I pretty much be on point, bro. I know I ain't missed nothing. So what took place, bro? So now I'm trying to wonder if something happened when we rolled a child, bro. Because sometimes it always be some crazy stuff, bro. Guys be by trays, guys be by God and skip them in the line or then disrespect them in the child hall. So I'm like, man, I ain't seen nothing that happened in the child hall. Something I'm thinking is like something happened on the walk. That's what I'm thinking, bro. And I'm pretty much lost. And you could tell everybody else in the dorm was pretty much lost, bro. You see the Mexicans, like I said, they was grouping up. I see one of them came out of a room, bro. This man had something like this. You know what I'm saying? At his side, he was trying to hide it, but he slid into another room. I was like, man, what the heck going on, man? I hope these folks don't goddamn, because I would not feel like going on no lockdown, bro. I do not feel like going on lockdown. So you see the GDs and the Bloods, they started mounting up, bro, getting their little stuff together. And you had about 6 Crips in the dorm. They held their little corner. There wasn't no Muslims in the dorm like that. You know, the few that was in there, they held a little corner, bro. Nobody knew what was going on until you had one of the GD dudes, bro. He came out, you know what I'm saying? He's like, man, what's up, man? What y'all got going on? Everybody just mounting up. Everybody moving funny. Everybody tooling up. Everybody doing this, man. Man, let me know what's going on, man. Let me know what's going on. Because when I start swinging, bro, I don't care who it is, bro. If I don't know what's going on, bro, y'all people already know I'm paranoid. If I don't know what's going on, bro, I'm going to just start swinging on everybody, man. So then you had guys who were just chiming in, who was saying little stuff like that, agreeing with him. You got guys who disagreeing with him. So one of the Hispanics, he had went over there and talked to the GD. He was talking to the GD for about 15, 20 minutes, bro. They there just talking, doing their little thing, whatever. I'm standing on the rail. I'm like, bro, I know I ain't missed nothing, bro. There's no way possible, bro. So what's going on, bro? After they finished talking, GD dude, he went over there. He went to talking to his people. They was pretty deep in the dorm, too, when they're talking to his people. I see one of the Blood dudes. He went over there talking to the Mexican, bro. Talked to them. The Crips followed suit. One of the Crips went over there. They talking to them. So then everybody pretty much simmered down a little bit. Everybody pretty much chill a little bit. So I say about 30 minutes later, whatever, bro, one of my homeboys in the dorm, I'm still on the rail, bro. I'm still standing on the rail, bro. You still have folks, you know what I'm saying, moving funny. The big floor, like the TV, where the TVs and everything was pretty much clear, bro. Ain't nobody just being on the floor like that. Everybody just holding their little corner, bro. He came and he was like, man, bro, you wouldn't guess what happened. I was like, what? He's like, man, you know Steve? I was like, Steve? I'm like, no, I don't know no Steve. He's like, man, you know black ass Steve, man, from Savannah, Seaport, little Seaport. They used to call him Seaport too. I was like, Steve, and he started to drag my memory. I was like, yeah, I remember Steve. He's like, man, how about Steve and this other Crip dude? But Steve was civilian. He was just from Savannah. He was like Steve and this Crip dude, this Crip homeboy, which was from Savannah too. They ended up, bro, robbing a Mexican, bro. They stabbed the man up, I guess by the phone or something like that, and robbed the man, bro. And that's why you had the Mexicans. That's why they was mounting up and tooling up, bro. These folks was getting ready to pop on these Crip dudes in here, bro. And they ain't even know what was going on. This is how crazy it is, bro. These people, these Hispanics on the other side, I guess when we went to chow, somebody that went to chow on the north side, they had told these folks what's going on and put them on point. So when we went to chow on the south side, somebody probably relayed the message and told them. Nobody told the Crips what was going on. They lost, bro. They lost. These folks would have just popped on them and they don't know what's going on, bro. So I'm like, man, ain't no way Lil Steve did nothing like that. And Lil Steve, he hell low. He always going to the hole, bro. Always going to the hole, always cussing the officers out, always acting a fool. This man might go to education or something, never make it back. Next thing you know, Lil Steve in the hole. He done did something stupid on the walk, bro. That's just how he be. And I said for the rest of the night, bro, everything was pretty much chill. Guys was still on point. You know, guys ain't coming off their guard like that, but they pretty much more relaxed. The next day, bro, everything was pretty much smooth. Everybody continued doing their own little thing and stuff like that, bro. And I say probably about 2 weeks then ran off, bro. I heard some guys in the dorm was talking. One of the Crip dudes, he was like, man, I hope they don't put none of them folks out over here when they came out the hole, bro. The ones that had been robbed the Hispanics, because they ended up in the hole, bro. And he was like, man, I hope they don't put these folks over here, man. I hope they don't put none of these folks over here. And say so said, bro. It's like something happened, bro. It's like so done, bro. 2 weeks later, bro, they had folks coming out the hole, bro. They had people coming out the hole. And where we was in G building, bro, you had H building, which was, you know, pretty much the hole. It's on the same side. So you could look over there at the window, because every day it's be people coming out the hole, bro. Every day you got people coming out the hole and you got people going in the hole, bro. So these guys, they lined up. Everybody lined up coming out the hole. You see people coming out with their mats, their property or whatever, throwing the stuff in the buggy or whatever. Boom, throwing the stuff in the buggy. And we was pretty much standby for inspection, bro. So, you know, you had everybody pretty much had their stuff ready. Guys just chilling in the day room. Ain't no TVs on, ain't nothing like that. Everybody pretty much get their room straight. So I'm downstairs. I'm standing in the window. A lot of times I just go stand in the window, look out, bro. You see all type of stuff going on the walk. And I seen the whole play, bro. And so one of the same Crip dudes was right there, bro. He was like, man, that's Steve and them, ain't it? Steve and Seaport. The other guy, like I said, he was in Savannah too. And I was like, damn, that is them. So he was like, man, I hope they don't put them over here, man. I hope they don't put them over here, bro. And once they starting to split these folks up, they started going in line. Now, the people who was going to the north side, they kept straight, go through the gate right there by medical. And the other ones, they was just come around the walk like this. And here it go, bro. It was Lil Steve, bro. The other guy, he went back to the north side, bro. Lil Steve and like 2 more people, bro, was coming around that walk, bro. And I'm like, man, ain't no way, bro. Now, you had a Hispanic, bro, that was standing in the window. Lil Chaparro, Lil short dude, bro. Lil Chaparro, bro. He was in the window. So I don't know if he knew Steve. He had to know Steve, bro, because he like walked off, or he just heard the conversation what the Crip dudes was having. And he walked off, bro. When he walked off, I picked it up again. You could tell, bro, it's something funny going on, bro. You started seeing the Hispanics, but like I said, it was inspection time. So everybody pretty much just chilling, bro. Got their stuff ready in their room and just waiting for inspection to come and go so we could get the regular just being back chain gang. Man, these folks went to mountain up again, bro. The Hispanics, they went to mountain up again. Now you had an older Hispanic in there. He's like, you pretty much could tell he's speaking in Spanish, but you could tell he's telling the guys just to chill. Like, what's going on? He telling them just to chill. And majority of them was chilling, but you had like 3 of them, bro. Like 3 of them that was just gang banging. They was on it, bro. They goddamn went and got tooled up, and they coming at the gate, like up there by the window. Now you had Steve, he coming around like this. So he hollering at everybody in the window. What's up? Wow, what's up? This, that, and the third. So one of the Crip dudes is like, bro, don't come in here, bro. So Steve like, what you mean? What you mean don't come in there? They were like, bro, don't come in here, bro. Do not come in here, bro. And you had a guy from Savannah, he was GD too. He was at the window. He was telling Steve, he like, bro, Don't come in here. You know what I'm saying? So Steve like, man, what you mean don't come in here? He's like, man, I'm coming in here, man. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me. Ain't nobody gonna do that, man. And I was like, man, ain't no way this man finna try to come in the dorm, bro. And two of the Hispanics, they were just standing in the cut right behind, bro, just like this. And these folks telling this man, bro, the GD dude and the Crip dude was telling him, don't come in here, bro. Don't come in here. So now you had the GDs and the Bloods and stuff. They pretty much knew what was going on once they see the Hispanics getting themselves together and they heard that Steve was getting out the hole, bro. And so they pretty much, you know, they doing their thing too, but they pretty much cool down. They ain't mounting up like they was before because everybody know what was going on or who it was directed at. Mind you, you got the CERT team out here with this man now. The CERT team bringing these people around. CERT team bring them around, drop them off like that, bro. So now they had them outside at the gate. They had the salad port closed off. So they was out there talking. They just had them waiting like that. They out there for like 15 minutes, bro, before they start to let everybody in the dorm. And during this time, bro, they telling this man, bro, please, bro, let's go back to the hole, bro. Go back to the hole. Try to get to the other side. He's like, man, I ain't going back to no hole, man. He's like, man, I'm coming out that hole, man. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me. That's all he kept saying, bro. All he kept saying. He's like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear nothing. I ain't trying to hear nothing, bro. And you see when the search team dude gave the officer that was at the dorm, like he gave her the paperwork, like such and such, and she signed him in the dorm and all that. He grabbed his stuff, bro, bringing in the salad port. The officer stayed outside with the search team. So they had him in the salad port. He was in the salad port for like 5 minutes, bro. When he's in the salad port, bro, these folks is telling this man, bro, don't come in here, bro. The Hispanics, bro, they right there. They like, man, no, homie, don't come in here. Don't come in here, homie. And he like, man, I'm coming in there, man. I'm coming in there. He in the salad port. He amping himself up. He boosting himself up like that. I'm like, man, I hope this man is real stupid, bro. Why you gonna come in here, bro? Do not come in this dorm, bro. I'm like, man, this man crazy, man. So now, bro, the officer in the booth, mind you, these people, they ain't peep game about nothing that's going on, bro. They don't know about nothing that's going on, bro. The CERT team dropping people off next door. He done moved from right here to next door, dropping people off, and the officer is over there with him. So the officer in the booth right now, they open the door. When they open the door, man, this man gonna throw his man hand and then drag his stuff. Mind you now, everybody that was standing at the window, folks already know what's gonna go on, bro. We ain't stupid. I was at the window. I've been moved. I've been got the hell on, bro. Went right back upstairs to my regular spot on the rail just like this. Yeah, I'm in the grandstand. You know what I'm saying? I got a view from upstairs, bro, because I know it's finna go down, bro. I know it's finna go digital in here, bro. Everybody moved, bro. When the man came in, he put his back against the grill like this. Up there by the front, you had 2 Hispanics on the floor. They like, hey, man, get on the door, man. Get on the door. He's like, man, I'm in here, man. I'm in here. Man, listen, bro. One of them the short dude, little Chapato, man, this man pulled out something so sharp, bro. It wasn't that long, probably about this long, bro. Sharp. Listen, bro, one went from one side, the other went from one side, bro. So he trying to goddamn square up like, man, what's up? What's up, man? What's up? Trying to grab some clothes or something that he had in his goddamn property, man. Listen, bro. These folks ran up on him, bro. They don't care. They just went to stabbing him. Bam, bam, from both sides. He trying to fight. Bro, trying to swing, bro. But these folks got some sharp shit, bro. These shit is sharp, bro. They just went to hitting him, bro. You just see blood just started gushing from everywhere, bro. From everywhere. So you had one of the dudes from Savannah now. He was GD, bro. And you could tell, bro, he wanted to get in it so bad, bro. One of the GDs, the other GDs was holding him like this, bro. Like, holding him, like, gripping him like this. He was like, man, you could tell he felt it. Bro, his homeboy's getting poured out on the floor, bro. These essays is on him, bro. He trying to run around the dorm. Man, them folks is on you, bro. You leaking like crazy. So now you had the officer in the booth. She see what's going on. So you hear her. You can see her get on the radio. But the CERT team is right outside here, bro. The CERT team is right outside the door, bro. This man running around, bro. Listen, bro. They is hitting this man, bro. This is one of the craziest, like stabbing incidents I've seen in chain gang, bro. They went to whacking this man and talking about sharp thing, bro. Bro, this man had to get hit by 20-something times, bro, before the CERT team finally ran in there. He was trying to fight, bro. He ain't had no fight in him, bro. He ain't had no fighting, bro. Them folks really eased up on him, bro. They really eased up. He went to lean on the door. That man just slid down the door like this, bro. Right to the salad port door, bro. Leaking, bro. So by the time the search team, like I said, it was right next door dropping people off, bro, with the officer. By the time they opened the door, bro, all he did was just fell back in the cellar port just like this, leaking. They come in there, lockdown, lockdown, everybody locked down, everybody locked down. They doing all the crazy stuff. So you know what I did? I just, whoop, I'm right there by my room, bro. I just slid in my room like this. I ain't even lock the door. I just pull it up. You know what I'm saying? My bunk man, he was already in the room. Everybody get the locking down. Everybody lock down, lock down. Then you look, you see officers. I'm looking through my window. I can see outside. I'm upstairs. You see officers running, bro, coming from the north side. They running. Officers coming around from J building, H building. They running, coming in there. But these essays, bro, they done went in their room already, bro. They done went in their room already, bro. They came, locked everybody down. You had medical come down there, bro. Listen, bro. It was so much blood, bro. It was so much blood in there, bro. If that man would have just listened, bro, all he had to do was listen, bro. Sometimes we let her pride get in the way, bro. Sometimes we let her pride get in the way, bro. All that man had to do was listen, bro. None of that would have never happened to him, bro. It probably would have happened somewhere else, but that right there could have been avoided, bro. Bro, this man was leaking from everywhere, bro. They rushed him, went out with him, bro, up the walk with him, and you know how it go, bro. Next thing you know, you got all these folks coming here. They looking at cameras, they doing this, they coming in the dorm, they talking, they inside talking. And, you know, everybody pretty much chilling, bro. You know, ain't nobody saying nothing about nothing, bro. Because these folks just handling their business. You know what I'm saying? The Crips, they didn't want to get it. Like I say, you had one dude from Savannah. GD had to hold him like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Bro, leave that alone. Because if you get in it, now the GD is going to have to get in it. And it's going to be, you know what I'm saying, pretty much going to turn into a race war for real. That's all it's going to do. But that man should have never came in that dorm, bro. Them folk came back that evening, bro. I guess they had to review the camera and seen everything that went on as far as the two Hispanics, bro. And they went each of them room, bro, and got them. Went to each of them room and got them, bro. Brought them out, cuffed them up. Folk that walked out there, they don't care, bro. They don't care. They handle what they wanted to handle, bro. They handle their business. Bro, they flipped that man, bro. They said they had to rush that man to the Freeway Hospital, man. That man got flipped. And he was on ICU, bro. That man was on ICU. I was like, man, that is crazy, bro. But these folks had us on lockdown for a little bit till they actually found out that it was no, as far as no gang-related issue. It was just some stuff that happened, and they let us off lockdown after a couple of days, bro. When they let us off lockdown, you know, you still had some tension in the dorm, bro, because a lot of folks still felt some type of way about it. You had a lot of black dudes, bro, who was gang members. They felt some type of way, man, you goddamn Hispanics, goddamn did this, man. We should have never let that happen. We should never let this. We should have never let that. We can't let these folk goddamn do us like this. But, hey, man, you got to know what you're doing in chain gang, bro. You can't just be going around thinking you're going to rob folks with your homeboy or whatever. You see where your homeboy went? Your homeboy went to the other side. He good. He's in the clear. You came over here and you got poured out, bro. Listen, man, that man got poured out, man. It was, man, it's blood everywhere, bro. I ain't going to lie to you. It was so nasty in that dorm, bro. It was blood everywhere. But like I said, you had a lot of guys talking like that, man, like they wanted some smoke behind it, or they should have stand up for this and stand up for that. You know me, I'm minding my own business when it comes to all that, bro. That is not my problem. He should have never grouped up and went and go rob somebody with his homeboy. His homeboy is affiliated. Even if his homeboy would have came over there, he would have got flipped, bro. I guarantee it would have none crip in the dorm would have rolled with him, bro. Because them folks ain't want that smoke these Hispanics was pushing. They ain't want that smoke at all, bro. They didn't want that smoke, bro. But I hated that happened to Lil Steve, bro. I hated that happened to him, bro. That was real tragic. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I think they ended up transferring him, bro. After he got out of the hospital or whatever, they ended up transferring him, bro. The Mexicans, they put him straight to the TIP program. That's where they went. They went straight to the TIP program, bro. But that's the story for today, though, man. I appreciate y'all checking out the channel, man. Running up the views, running up the subs. A lot of peace, a lot of respect, man. I'm out.